Hello. Welcome to Tutors of Life podcast, where we research life so you don't have to. Episode 431. This is your host, Shaun Tutor.
And this is Sam. And this is a Tutor episode where we try to teach you something new.
So I've been doing push-ups I missed one day. Since last November.
Yeah.
So I started doing 50 push-ups a day back in November. And I've missed one day since. And it was like 2 weeks ago. But anyways, I'm a little winded. Because I did 50 squats, 50 push-ups, and 60 back things. Anyways, do you know your ability, how fucking easy it is to do 50 push-ups now?
Like now that you've done it for so long?
Like before, like my first go at it, my first day, I did 50 push-ups in a row, did not, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I think I got to like 35 when I had to like start like, when I had to take a little second breather, you know, before I could just pump them out. Yeah. Now I can just pump out 50 easy. Mm-hmm. I don't do it most days because of my shoulder. I only do it every couple weeks where I pump out 50 in a row. But like, I think before I'd have to take a break, like to slow down my pace, I'd probably get to about 70-ish. Somewhere in the 70s before I'd have to stop my pace.
Yeah.
Anyways, point's this. Don't be a pussy. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Honestly, it's easy as doing some push-ups, air squats, crunches at home. It's a great place to start.
Dude, I've had like multiple folks be like, damn, dude. Like, you're looking thick. You're looking jacked.
So many people lately.
And I'm just like, yeah, pretty much. I've been eating too many carbs. I take 5 grams of creatine every morning. And I do 50 push-ups a day and 50 banded back pulls a day. 60 banded back pulls a day. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's my secret. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't train overly hard. No. I don't train upper body, really. Nick made me train upper body yesterday. My first time training, like, an upper body, an arms session, 3 months, probably.
Yeah, because you've only really been doing back and legs.
Back, legs, and I will do the occasional tricep push downs. I'll do those, like, other tricep push downs, like, once every other week.
Yeah, I would say so.
But yeah, it's crazy what just like push-ups and banded back pulls will do. Mm-hmm. But it's every single day. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the huge difference is my shit's kind of always full because I do them every single day.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's my idea. That's my thought. But yeah, it's cool. So that's what I had to say. Today is like, it's seriously, that's what it takes. Mm-hmm. 5 minutes a day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that was literally 5 minutes of you doing that.
Yeah, usually it's a 10-minute circuit. I do like back squats, push-ups, and usually it's 10 minutes. But like that one, I knew we had to podcast, so I got done in under 5. But yeah, that's what I got. It doesn't take, dude, like, am I like overly strong? No. Am I the best looking dude in the room most of the time? But like, I'm not like fucking bodybuilding show.
No.
But to look better than the average person, you just need steroids. TRT helps, I ain't gonna lie. TRT helps, but
doesn't help everyone.
No. It's just I had a really good base.
Yeah.
But it's like little shit. You're like Nick said yesterday, prison workout. Mm-hmm. Your body weight, push-up, squats, back, like, get it done.
Dude, there is one guy I remember that I thought was so attractive, like very good looking, jacked, great. Then he started doing steroids and just ballooned up. Just was not attractive anymore.
You knew me back then? JK.
That's who I fell in love with.
Do I know?
Yes.
The person?
Yes.
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about. Did you meet him post D Rugs?
Post drugs. No, I met him pre-drugs.
Oh, hold on.
But everyone thought he was on steroids to start off with. But he was natty. And then he became friends with someone that we know that's surviving on steroids.
Sure.
And then he became his mini-me. They used to go drinking together.
All right. Hold on. Give me a minute. Oh my God, yes. You're exactly right. 100%. Yes. Yeah. Yep. 100%. It's true. It's true.
Doesn't help everyone.
No.
Dude, that light, like the light bulb going off in your head right there was just beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
So it doesn't always improve everyone.
No, God, no. No. Honestly, I would have loved to see life if I never did anything.
It'd be interesting to see where you would be at.
I probably would be similar to Bill than I am right now.
Yeah, probably.
Like, this was similar. Like, I was around this before I ever started.
Yeah. The interesting, though, like, from what we're kind of gathering is your test probably would have always been low no matter what.
Well, it was definitely low.
But just it wouldn't be as low as it gets now.
Well, the other thing is like, if I would have figured that out and I had never put exogenous, I could have done the things, cleansed the system.
Yeah, and it actually been
supplemented and brought it back, but I've been
true.
Shut off for too long.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yuppers. Yeah, fuck that, dude. I've got no interest in coming off. Zero interest in coming off. Right?
Coming off?
Fuck that.
No. Well, it brings us actually to our topic for today.
Yeah.
Treating a business like a baby.
Treating business like a baby. Oh, okay. I thought it was priorities.
It is priorities, but
Okay.
I think the main focus is treating business like a baby.
And there's a correlation because when I'm on test, I can't throw babies in you. Is that why? No.
I was just going to say, like, to get businesses rolling, you need to have aggression. And when you don't have tests, you don't have aggression.
Interesting. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So a lot of times our podcast episodes, we come up with the topics because it's things that are going on in our business or lives currently, or things we hear on podcasts. So this was just something we were kind of like questioned with, like, why we do what we do for a business and stuff like that. And like Shaun and I have always kind of, business has just been our lives for so long. When we started dating, 2 months into us dating, Shaun started his first business. And I kind of jumped in a little bit 2 years later. So, I mean, it's just been in our lives for a while. So to us, like, businesses are babies to us.
Right.
They're just, besides, like, obviously each other, like, they're our number one, it's our number one priority. It's like a child to us. Even now, like, obviously, yes, there's a time and place for family and there's a time and place for business, but like, they're both huge priorities in our lives.
Right.
And I think we think, like, if you want to grow a good, successful business, I should say great, successful business, you have to treat it more like a baby.
Yeah.
You can't, not nourish it, feed it good food. So you have to feed your business, whether it be with ideas, sales, systems, whatever. You got to feed it. You have to give it direction, right? So, like, especially with, like, toddlers, you don't just let them run around and do whatever they want. You have to be there to be like, hey, don't do that. Don't touch that. Go do this.
Right.
Go do that. You have to go to bed now. You have to eat now.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just chaos, and they're just not thriving if they can just go do whatever they want. And then they grow into, be not great human beings if they don't get the structure and education that they should throughout childhood.
And the attention they need to.
And the attention they need, yeah. So it's the same thing with a business, right? Like, you have to have structure for your business. You have to give structure to your employees for your business. You can't just let your employees go do whatever they want, whatever they think is right for your business. Like, and then your business is just going to be chaotic, and you're going to have lots of work down the road to get it in a better position. Same with a child. If you don't teach them how to behave as a young kid, it's going to be a lot harder when they're older.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, a business is a baby. But yeah, we were discussing that, and to continue off of why we do what we do, we also think about like how our business doesn't just affect our lives. It also affects all of our employees' lives. So that's something like we're constantly thinking about, like, we have to make sure we're successful. We have to make sure we're doing X amount of profit so we can do these things for our employees. Like, we're not thinking about ourselves. We're thinking about who we employ, who we pay, who rely on us to give them and their families an income for them to survive as well. So that's also something, like, as business owners, that's very, very important for you to be thinking about, because then it makes you do less selfish actions, I would say, because, like, we're not just doing this for ourselves. We're doing it for 20 other people.
Right.
So yeah, it's just something we're discussing and thinking about this week, about like where your priorities are. Some people, they shouldn't be business owners because they just want to work a 9 to 5 or an 8 to 4 job, and when they leave work, they leave work. Like work is only 8 to 4, and that is it. And so business owners, you really can't do that, I would say.
You can once you build it to a point, but the thing is, you can't until you build it to a point.
Right.
And so until you have people in those roles, until you have a CEO or someone in charge of operations, someone in charge of sales, like, until you have those roles built out and trained in, then yeah, you're the guy, and you can't just go home and turn off and whatever. You can't just not be responding. You can't not answer questions, give direction, give ownership and stuff. Those are all things you have to keep doing until you can. So one of the big things is this: you have to give people ownership, and let them take ownership of their position. And until you give a manager the ownership to be the one, and you have to do it in front of everyone, so it's like, hey, everyone, Sam's the manager, Sam's in charge. You have questions, it goes to Sam. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Until you do that and everyone's like, yep, Roger, we got it, Sam's the go-to. Until that all happens, it's on you. Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter if it's fucking Saturday and you're having drinks with the boys. It doesn't matter if it's fucking Thursday night and you're out on date night. You know what I'm saying? Like, until you give that power away, if there's shit that needs done, it's you. Mm-hmm.
And it's even after you delegate, it's still on you to, like, confirm and check up with them that it gets done.
Yeah, it's still,
or like have like a system in place to like verify that it's done.
Yeah, it's still, at the end of the day, it's still you. You still got to do checks. You still got to evaluate your employees, your people in charge. Mm-hmm. You still got to do all that. I know, like Ryan and them, they still do, quarterly checks on houses, and they do all the evals on people and stuff. And when we were involved, we were doing monthly checks.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta you have to keep on doing those things. And you do those things so that shit don't get out of control, and so you can keep a pulse on what's actually going on in the business and stuff. Because here's the thing. It's just like, I mean, it goes back to your kid thing. You know, what happens when you don't check in on your kid? You know, say you need to be checking in on your kid. How are you doing? Whatever. Especially like, obviously when they're really young. If you're not checking in on your kid when they're young, they're gonna die. And that's so true with like growing your business. You can kind of look at it like this, right? Like as a kid ages from 0 to 18, or let's say 0 to 25, right? As it ages from 0 to 25, it's the same thing as growing a business. In the realm of like, right at its infancy, if you're not checking on it and constantly like on top of it, checking it, nurturing it, it's going to die.
Mm-hmm.
And as it gets older, you know, as the kid gets older, as the business gets older, as long as you're doing the right things, you know, it's not necessarily a, hey, I got to check in to make sure they're alive. You know, it's more of a check-in like, hey, how you doing? How's school going? What challenges are you having? You know, things like that. And you got to do the same thing. It's wellness checks on your business.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you got to be doing the wellness checks on whether it's a kid or it's business. You need to do that. She just wants to play.
Yeah, there's one toy behind her bin, and that's the one she wants. She doesn't want any of them that are in the bin.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, it was just such a neat realization this week of like comparing business to a baby. And it was kind of it was like the more I thought about it, the more I was like, wow, literally like a business is a baby.
Right.
But yeah, and then also, do you have anything to go on with like priorities? Like especially as a business owner.
Yeah. You got to keep in mind, like, as a business owner, or even if you're self-employed, you have to, like, this is something that the whole balance conversation,
mm-hmm.
and so many folks are like, well, I got to have balance. I got to spend time with my family. You know, I got to spend time with my kids and my wife, okay? There's, like, that talk is so huge in social media right now.
Yeah.
Folks, let's not forget what allows you the privilege to have that time with your family. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Let's not forget what the fuck allows you to do that. You want to get off work, or you want to stop the day early at 3 because your kids got practice and you want to take them to it. Okay. Maybe they got an away game and you want to go to the away game. And so you got to fucking cut out of work at noon. Keep in mind, if you're a business owner or you're self-employed, that is what gives you the privilege to do that. You ain't getting that at a normal job. You know what I'm saying? And so many folks, I talked to Mike about this so big. Mike was self-employed. He had a business. There's points where it was more self-employed, where it was just him. There's points when it was him, his dad, an employee. You know, so he's had that. He's used subs. You know, all that stuff. But so he was like, you know, he'd work 60 hours a week or whatever, right? And he said a lot of evenings after dinner, you know, he'd sit down, have dinner with the family. After dinner, he'd be working on estimates. But he's like, you best believe he went to the majority of his kids' games.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, by being self-employed, he's like, I wouldn't trade it for the world, because it allowed me if my kids had an away game I wanted to go to, I was there. If he didn't have to miss any home games, like, he was able to be there and watch his kids like he wanted to, right? And folks, you know, I see these entrepreneurs, these business owners who want the balance and want all the good things that come with entrepreneurship without the downfalls.
Mm-hmm.
No. You gotta remember, your number one priority is that business because you think it's your family, okay? And that's awesome. How are you making sure your family is like happy, healthy, and you're able to spend good quality time with them? Typically your business.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you could go get a factory job and work 7 to 3, 7 to 4, 7 to 5, whatever. Yeah, definitely you could do that, right? You can definitely do that. But you won't be able to cut out most of the time if they're sick.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to be able to make it to all their games. If you want to cut out, and go do something with them, you don't have that luxury a lot of the time.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, obviously your family, when you think about it, it's health, relationships, money. We've talked about that. Bradley talks about that all the time. Your 3 biggest things. Number 1 is your health. Number 2 is your relationships. Number 3 is your money, right? So clearly it's health, family, and money. But when you think about the type of time you're spending with your family, you think about the type of time you're spending with your family, the quality time, the things you can do, you need money. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the time it's nice to have flexibility. And you want to know what? Maybe it doesn't make sense for you. Maybe you might not be the business owner type, and we just went over that. Like, if you're not able to treat your business like a baby, yeah, maybe it's not for you, okay? And that's fine. But my point is being, like, if you think it's for you, you're going down the track of business, you better treat that thing, and you better take it as a number 1 priority, because that's what's feeding your family. Mm-hmm. And especially as you add employees, you're feeding their family. So don't take and fuck your family and all your employees' families because you want balance, because you don't have your priorities right, because you're not willing to be responsible, right? Because you're not willing to do the self-education at night to know how to run a business. Those things right there are the difference between an employee and a business owner. Mm-hmm. And you got to fucking know those priorities, and you got to own them, because you're not just playing with your life. You're playing with your family's life. You're playing with other people's families' lives. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's where I look at business so much, and so many people wanting to be entrepreneurs and shit. And it's like, if you don't have it, if you can sit there and not give a fuck enough, if you can be like, yeah, whatever, I don't care enough about the folks on my team and their families' livelihoods, if you can't give a fuck enough about that to answer your phone at night, to take texts on the weekends, whatever, you shouldn't be a business owner.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's the priority thing, is like, it's like this. It's actually pretty similar to this. I might get some flack for this, but that's okay. Folks join the military, okay? They go to war. And when folks are at war, sure, they're fighting for their family, but they're fighting for the dudes next to them, mm-hmm. right? Mm-hmm. The dudes and chicks next to them they're fighting for, right? And that's what makes like a really solid team, is like, you're not necessarily thinking about your family. You're thinking about like showing up for the people beside you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to battle and you're thinking about showing up for the folks beside you. You're going to battle in business. You should be showing up for the folks beside you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It shouldn't just be like, you're not showing up to war and not giving a fuck about your battle buddies.
Right.
And going just fucking, I'm here for my family. That
Right.
don't make no goddamn sense. Sure, you want to protect the homeland, but that's not just your family, that's everyone. But really, you need to be showing up for the dudes next to you, because mm-hmm. you all need to work together to accomplish the mission. If you guys ain't on the same page to accomplish the mission, none of it fucking matters. You ain't doing shit for your family. You're all dead.
Yeah.
Same thing in business, without the death part, okay? Well, depending on the... Well, actually, OSHA and shit. But if you all aren't on the same mission at work, the business will die. And a lot of the times you can get really injured at work, you know? So depending on your career field, construction, you can get injured if the dudes next to you ain't doing the right shit, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Or if you're not doing the right shit, thinking about them.
I mean, people even off themselves because they their business failed, and then they failed everyone around them. So
That's true too.
Yeah. So there's always that.
There's that. Yeah, I think it takes a few things, right? Like, you got to know your personality, and you need to have some real hard conversations with yourself of like, is this for me? Do I care about folks more than I care about myself? Because what it really comes down to is you have to care about, that's what a lot of folks say, that like in war is like they cared about the people next to them more than themselves, but they showed up for the people next to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you're the business owner, what gets you to show up every day, and Andy Frisell talks about that, he had all the money. He hit a crisis where he's like, why the fuck? Like, he couldn't go to work because he got really sick, and he's like, my bank account kept rising. And so then what gets him to keep showing up to work? The people there, bettering their lives. So that's what you got to focus on, you know?
Yeah, I mean, he's discussed that definitely before about he knows that he needs like to do certain things for his company to keep thriving, to pay all the people that he employs.
Right.
And like he even went, like he's even now at the point where he's not the CEO.
He's not the CEO, and he doesn't take any salaries or anything.
Right. Because he's just like, I know there's someone better to fill that position than me, so I'm going to have someone do it. Which, that's really cool.
I think it's his brother, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, that's really, that he knew that he wasn't the best person for the role for that company to thrive, to make sure his employees keep thriving. So I just think that's like the best businessman you could do is like put better people in the positions no matter what it is.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's something, if you want to be a business owner, or if you are a business owner, to just think about often, frequently. Like, in what ways am I neglecting my baby or my business? And what do I need to do to steer it in a better direction? Because the more you do now and earlier into the business, the easier it's going to be down the road. Because trust me, I've been in some businesses, and if you try and change things 10, 15 years into business, it's hard. People don't like change.
Rip.
Especially, I mean, regular employees. Like, a lot of people stay at the same job for decades because they don't like change. So yeah, you try and change a process because you know that it's going to be better this way versus the other way. Good luck. So yeah, make sure to put in the work at the beginning to make it easy for you in the end. Or not the end, later on.
On the same track of priorities, on the aggression thing, like you were saying, you need to take your health as a big priority. So when I wasn't on test, I could, dude, go back and listen to a podcast from fucking August, I think, where I realized what was going on. I was going on like month 2 of feeling not good. And I got back on test, and it was like that, dude. So you need to make it a priority to take care of your health. Make sure you're in good shape. You're working out. You're eating healthy. You're not fucking, like we talk about, drinking, whatever you guys want to think. You've heard about us talk about it on here a ton of times. Like, dude, there's so much chemicals in tap water, estrogen, fucking fluoride, shit like that. It's so bad for you. You need a reverse osmosis system. If you live in the city, get a reverse osmosis system, dude. They've proven that like they don't filter out estrogen and shit in the water, and it comes right back in, and they test it, and at your tap water, it's estrogen, because so many women are on birth control, and that they piss that shit out. They piss it, and then it goes into the treatment center. It gets bleached, and it gets sent back out. But that doesn't kill it. So that estrogen stays in that water cycle forever.
Yeah.
And then you drink it, and that's why, like, that's part of the reason why so many men are such pussies. Is because they got so much fucking estrogen.
It would also explain why there's so many more men transitioning to women.
Yeah, that's true. So many more men transitioning, and so many more fucking flabby people. So my point, like, the thing is you need to make it a priority to take care of your health. Your number one thing on your list, your health. What am I putting in my body? Drinking, eating. What's my environment? Like, dude, we know if you live in an environment with like mold, that kills your shit. If you got parasites, that kills your shit. You need to make it a priority to fucking be on your shit, be on your health. And so boom, that needs to be a priority. I'm telling you right now, you cannot think straight if your health is not taken care of.
Oh, yeah.
The person you are when you're healthy and the person you are when you're not, or, if you're at a stage where you think you're healthy, no, dude, get healthy. You have no idea the different brain you have. Cut out sugar. And I'm guilty, dude. I freaking house sugar. But, like, if you cut out sugar and you cut out the tap water, and you start eating good quality organic foods, you're eating like a gram of protein per, the body weight you want to be, or the body weight you are, a day. I know we're getting deep, but clear out your system of parasites, mold, stuff like that. You have no idea the difference in your brain functioning.
Yeah.
It is not the same. And so you may think that you might get offended by shit easily. You might think that, have that conversation, go, yeah, you know what? I'm not a business owner. I'd rather just sit on the couch. Clean up your life. Fucking, like Andy says, get on 75 hard, which I think is great. But I think there's a lot of things. I think 75 hard is great for your discipline. But I think there's a lot of things you could do to really clean up your like mind.
Yeah, for sure.
Through other, other deeper things, and do them in tandem if you want. Do them in tandem if you want. That's awesome. But dial your fucking shit in, and you need to make that a priority, because then you're leading by example. You're leading by example for your team. And that's just going to nurture your baby even more, to grow.
Yep.
If you do all that, okay, you take care of your health, and you're doing that, and you're leading, and you're doing that, and you get your mind clean, you get your mind right, and you do your audit. You still need to be asking yourself, is this right for me?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you know what? There's still, some folks ain't built for it. No matter what, some folks ain't built for it. So you need to get your health right. Get your health right. And then you need to start asking yourself, is this for me? I got a clear mind now. I've been really dialed. I've been working out. I got my test up, whatever. Is this for me? Shit, no, it's not, dude. It's not for me. Okay, that's all right. Pivot. Hit back to being an employee, doing whatever it is, or you get your mind cleaned up, and you get some freaking aggression in you. Mm-hmm. You get a little go juice, and you go, you know what, dude? Fuck yeah, we're gonna kill this thing.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of what I think there. I think in contrary to belief, the higher your testosterone, at least for me, the higher my testosterone, the more I care for others.
Yeah. Yeah.
The lower testosterone I have, the more selfish I am, the less I care about other folks, the more negative I am. The higher my test, the better mood I'm in, the more I care for others. It's a quite a different experience.
Yeah. When your test is low, you're just so like blah. Like you're just floating through life.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just so weird to explain, but it's just
You just don't care.
you just exist.
You're just going with the flow, like whatever. Life is life. You get some shit in your system and you're like, I'm a fucking killer.
Mm-hmm.
You're thinking about fucking 3, 5, 10 moves ahead. You're just like thinking, bah, bah, bah. What do we got coming? Bah, bah, bah. So different. So different. But that's why I say you got to clean up your life, clean up your health, make it a priority. Then you'll be clear and then you'll be able to see like, am I built for this or not?
Yeah, for sure.
But you figure out you're built for it, you best believe you better fucking double down on your health. Because if you skirt backwards, you build a business based off of someone who's on his shit. So you start building a business, you do a thing, you got employees, you got a team, and then you want to fucking skirt back on your health. You want to not keep that a priority, and then you stop leading by example. You're going to watch that business fail. You're going to watch your fucking team have to find different careers. They might be in hardships because they were trying to build a life with you. So once you get on your shit, boy, you better fucking stay on it. You know, you can miss a day. You better be back on it the next day.
2 days, it's a habit.
2 days is a habit, dude. You miss one day, you better fucking, hey.
Better start again the next day.
That's right.
Cool. Anything else?
That's it.
There you go. So that's what we got for you. Business is a baby, and figure out your priorities.
Primo. All right, gang. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.
See ya.